divinely guided messages for healing of the mind, the body, and the soul. Today's message starts out with protest, starts a revolution. If I was to start a revolution on anything or protest against anything, it would be that people are so disconnected from themselves that the revolution would be how to reconnect people with themselves. That would be my revolution. So how can you reconnect with yourself? Because I know it's really none of my business how people are doing or what they are doing and all of that, but it makes me sad to see that there is so much sadness out there. There are so many people never taking out their potential. There are so many people always living just to get by day, trying to do the right things. They did everything they were supposed to. They're a good citizen. It sucks. Not happy. It's daunting. Takes forever. Feeling guilty. I'm supposed to be happy for this and all that stuff. So it makes me sad to see that people are feeling this way, that this is the condition that we have created. Because I know I've been in the darkness. I've been depressed. I've been completely fearful, completely terrified. I know that you can find your way back from it. You can find the core of who you are again. And this is my lesson in life. This is what life has taught me, is that you can go from very dark places and still find the light. How do you do this? Well, first and foremost, I would say you have to be aware that you can change. You're not supposed to be out there and be completely miserable. It's not what life is about. Like, life is a beautiful thing, and you're a human being. You can change everything. You have a strength that you don't probably even know about because you never had to test it. You have so much resilience because you're still here. You're still hustling, buzzing in a day-to-day life that might not even bring anything at the end of the rope. It's just what it is, and you did a good job for someone else who made a lot of money off of it, which is okay too, if you're happy with it. Point here is to bring it back to the single person, back into self. Like, how can you find your way inside of yourself? That's what it's all about. I think that that's the whole meaning with life. I think that's what Jesus came here and showed us. I think that's what all the religions are about. This is what everything is about. This is how you get closeness to God. This is how you find love, happiness, compassion, gratitude, all the good stuff, all the God stuff. That's what they claim, at least, that God is, like love. And then they have you go out there and do all these things, which is acts of love. Yeah, but if you don't feel it, it doesn't count. So my mission would be, how can you find your feelings back? And I know this is terrible. How can she say something like that? Like, find my feelings back? This is horrible. Like, the feelings suck. Everybody's trampling on them. Everybody wants to betray them. Everybody wants to silence your feelings. And that's what the devil wants, isn't it? Because thriving people with gratitude, like, if you fill your heart with gratitude, and it sounds like a cliche, sounds like an old song, but whatever. If you fill your heart with gratitude, you're going to see a major difference in your life immediately. Immediately. And not only for yourself, but when you pump up yourself, gratitude, it feels warm. It's like a nice, warm, pulsating cloud inside, and it just fills you up with this warmth and this beautiful thing. And it's like, I think in the church they called it the Holy Spirit. Gratitude is a feeling. And then he also said in the church, we often forget about the Holy Spirit. Yeah, you do. That's why there's so much people are so miserable. Got to fill them up with the feelings. That's what it's about. And that's what the devil wants to take out of us. Because people who are connected to their feelings, who can really feel the gratitude, feel the love, they are walking with God inside of them. And so then you are all powerful. And now you can start living your life from a different perspective. And I don't care if you're a dishwasher in McDonald's. If you come in there filled up with gratitude, you are going to have a fabulous time. It doesn't matter what you do. Like, you are going to have a fabulous time anywhere you go. People around you are going to, well, I suppose they get curious, and then they might get envious and upset about it because it's something that they want that they don't have it yet. But instead of being envious, you can show them, you can teach them. Now, when you find your own inner joy, you find your own happiness, and it's so simple. All you have to do, okay, so here you go. For like 30 days, now you put your list together. This is a gratitude list. And in my experience, when someone told me that here you need to write a gratitude list, and I was appalled. A gratitude list? What? And in my head, I was like, I don't have anything to be grateful for. There is nothing to be grateful for. So my gratitude list when I started was like, I have fingers, I have feet. There is grass outside. There is yeah. I had to really work on figuring things out that I could be grateful for. And so going from that place, which is not a good place to be in, it is really not. But going from that place, like after 30 days of writing 10 things every day that I was grateful for, everything starts to shift because you open a door. And once you start feeling the gratitude, you start feeling it. Wow, now there's some kind of warmth. Now there's some kind of life. Life doesn't feel so dead and daunting and scary and hollow and just fearful and cold. No, it starts to pulsating a little bit, and now it starts to now you're feeling a little bit better, and so now things are going to be attracted into your life that makes you feel better too, and you are going to make different choices because you feel better. So I'm protesting against this closed hearts society that we have created, and open the hearts, open the hearts. Gratitude list is a beautiful place to start. You can travel inside of yourself, like travel beyond the layers of your onion. You're an onion, like you have all these experiences that had layered on, layered on. You start with the gratitude. It's gonna give you hope, and it's gonna give you a better feeling to start from. Now you can start to notice what is keeping you from this feeling of joy, feeling of being happy. What is keeping you from it? And then you start to notice the different layers that you have. You can look around in your life. What kind of experiences keep coming back to you? These are teachers. They're teaching you something about, okay, so you keep attracting people who always pull you out on the weekends, and then you start drinking, and then you don't, and you forget everything, and now you don't know. And you keep doing this pattern over and over again because you're not standing up for yourself. And you don't have a goal. Maybe you don't have a goal. Maybe you don't really know what to do. You don't want to be left out in cold. You don't want to be left out from people. And so you keep doing the same things. And it's like the universe is trying to tell you, like, you have to stand up for yourself. You have to be in charge of your well-being. You have to be the person who says yes or no. You have to make choices that are good for you. And if you don't know where you're going, then you might not know how to choose. So find someone in your life, a mentor. It can be a book, it can be a YouTube video, it can be a friend, it can be a counselor, it can be God, it can be anywhere that you can get some kind of help to will motivate you, to lift you, and to get to higher places in your life. There is no shame in getting help from places. We all need that. We all need information. We all need to know what to do. And if you haven't been there before, how are you gonna supposed to know how to get there if you don't be shown by someone? Or you can take the time and go within and really listen to all these signs and symbols that come around you, all these nudges and the feelings that you have inside, and it'll also take you in your direction that is good for you, where you will find your happiness, your joy, and your bliss. And if so, the winds of fortune, like they can come through people. If you start with a gratitude list, now you don't want to be cold anymore. Like you don't want to. We do it because people hurt us so much that we close it off instead of feeling, because it's easier. It's easier to never feel anything than to having to deal with betrayal, broken hearts, ups and down, all that stuff. But once you learn to allow it to be what it is, you can also set your boundaries, and you can walk away from the things that don't bring you happiness. If you're involved with something and it always stresses you out, or it makes you feel confused, or it makes you feel like you have to do stuff that you don't want to do, or it's trying to make you do things that you don't even know what to do, or like it's just confusing. And so walk away from these things. These things are just hindering you in your purpose, on your road to your own happiness. So all the things that are making you unsteady in your own life, Walk away from them. Never be afraid to walk away from things, even if you have to walk alone, like the hermit, being by yourself, being in your own company, sitting there, getting to know your feelings, getting to know how your mind works, getting to sense the space around you, being present in the space around you. Don't waste your precious time on things that will not bear fruit in your life. All these things that are difficult or hindrances, they are a teacher. What can you teach? What can you learn from it? Why am I always getting entangled in these kinds of situations? Maybe it's because you don't think you deserve any better, or maybe you didn't know. Maybe you just got so used to. Like for me, I didn't even know about disrespect. I just listened to a video the other day, and there's a lot of stuff going into disrespect, whereas I didn't even pay attention to it because I've been disrespected since I was born. Like I came out here and I started being disrespected, and so that has been a part of my life my whole life. And so I didn't even really think about it. I didn't like people disrespect you. Well, whatever. I'm like, I don't know. I didn't notice it. And so until I saw this video about like disrespect, it's like, wow, it really shows that people don't have any sense of value in another person, or like they don't see any kind of I don't know. It was, yeah, I'm probably gonna have to watch it again to get all the lessons in it. But these are the kind of ways that universe can work. And so the things that you really need to open your eyes to, and the things that you really need to learn, they might just come to you in a video that puzzles you a little bit or makes you a little bit, what? I didn't think of that. Or like, okay, wow, that's different. Okay. And then you start taking it in, and now you start to learning in a different way. And life teaches you things like this all the time. And so walking away from the things, being in your own, taking your if you want to be really happy here on planet Earth, you already have it in you. You already have everything that you need. All you need to do is to layer off the peels of the onions that you don't need it anymore. And it means sometimes you have to leave the place that you're working. Sometimes you have to leave the friends that are always jealous. Sometimes you have to leave things that are not helping you build you up. You have to leave these things to maintain your own safety. You have to be your own best friend so that you can stand up for yourself. And if you saw someone with the same stuff going on around, what would you say if you would give them good advice? Would you say, hey, just stay there? They belittle you all the time, but just stay there. Just stay there and listen to it. You wouldn't say that. You would say you need to get some new friends, or you need to get out of there and find some place else to be. And that goes for ourselves too. We have to sometimes just step up and be our own best friend and stand up for ourselves and stand up for our happiness and stand up for the life that we really want to live. And I know for me, I want a good life here on planet Earth. And I know it's definitely possible. So, how can you find your inner cups, like your inner love? How can you find your loving, kind nature again? And I'm not talking about going out there and being toxic nice, or like going out there and being people pleaser, or going out there and being trampled all over. Nope, you can be kind and you can have strong boundaries, and you don't take all that into consideration. Even so, I listened to another person yesterday, Shavi saying, and she said, well, you have to be able to speak up for yourself. And if you see people be all, hey, I see you're doing some kind of manipulation over there, you just put them on the spot and you just call it out the way you see it. And you don't have to be mean about it. You can just be like, no, I don't want to play this game. I can see what you're doing, and I don't want to play that game. So unless you're going to come and talk to me from the heart or from your spirit, I don't want to talk to you, right? You can be honest. You can be truthful and assertive and kind at the same time. So I'm going to practice that in this new year, and maybe you will practice it too, because it's worth it. Kindness and goodness, it comes with a lot of secret benefits. Like it makes your overall life so much better. And so don't let the people out there steal or kill your joy. They say it a lot. But like, don't let people out there influence how you feel, because the benefits that you get from being kind, from having good vibes inside of yourself, gratitude, like practicing the gratitude, do that list for like 5 years if you have to. Just find a way to awaken the emotions inside of yourself so that you can become alive, become a walking human being with aliveness inside of you. It's a completely different experience. And also higher wisdom. One of the things that you are going to learn when you travel down this road inside of yourself, you travel down this road inside of yourself, you travel into the emotional part of being a human being without being emotional or hysterical or doormat. Nope. You're just going to be an emotional, well functioning human being behind boundaries. And that's okay. Like, and so you're going to find that people don't like it because everybody wants to be happy, but nobody wants to do the inner work. And so once you start to doing this inner work, you have to be aware of people who come in with deception. And this can be people, it can be groups, it can be anyone who is not promoting the inner growth of a human being. So sneaky behaviors, it can be trickery. People come in so many ways. Just be aware that once you start doing this work, and maybe you have to clear out your life from some of these people, protest against that too. Revolution, no more toxic people, no more bull crap, no more manipulators, no more of this. If they cannot come in right, don't come in at all. Boundaries, kindness, and you will find the life that you are wanting to live here on planet Earth. Like, you don't have to be miserable. You don't have to go along with the rules and regulations of the society the way it's been placed out. You can take the matters into your own hand, and you can start your own little revolution in opening the heart. It's a great cause, and it's going to benefit everyone that you meet along the way in your life. And the beautiful light in me, it honors, loves, and respects the same beautiful light in you. Till next time, namaste.